Hello, hello, hello! How's everyone doing tonight? Is my audio a little high? It's a little high. How's everyone doing tonight? It's Saturday night, and I feel all right. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Today is part 4 of our build series on the RatRig V-Minion. For those that are just tuning in and haven't been following along, we've been building a RatRig V-Minion over the past couple streams. We are at part 4 now. Part 1, part 2 was building it, and part 3, which was last week, was starting to get everything ready for electrical. We got the EVA all wired up. We got things run down. So today we're going to do the Pico, because we're going to be powering this guy with a nice little combination of a SKR Pico and a Raspberry Pi 02. That's right. We are not using the stock default electronics for this. We are going everything on board because I hate separate electrical boxes. So we're mixing it up. Mr. Wizard, thank you for becoming a member. Do I got all my overlays on? I think I do. So, where did we leave off? So, for those familiar, the default V-Minion has this guy. It has a separate electrical box. It's got a power supply and everything. And it's attached with just an umbilical. Not a huge fan. I understand why they did it, but not a huge fan. So we have a UHP on the side here. For that, I did use a off-the-shelf, somebody else designed mount for it. This is from Prusa Printers. If you search UHP 350, it shows up on Prusa Printers. So that's what we have for power. But back here, we got nothing. We got a, I can't just, duct tape this to the extrusion and let everything hang off. This isn't circa 2016 3D printer designs on Thingiverse. We want to manage our electronics a little bit better. So it's still a work in progress. We're at revision 3, but I've got this nifty little mount back here, and I've changed a few things up. So before, we still have umbilical coming down from the gantry, but instead of it being umbilical for the bed, I now have drag chains. So we are going to be using some 1011 drag chain, the same stuff we use on Vorons, for the bed. So now the bed's going to have a drag chain, and hopefully it all works out. So this was the first revision that I never actually did anything with, where it's just kind of seeing how it fits. This was the one we had last week, where it was all umbilical, and now we have this one, which I've made it a little bit bigger. It's still not a final revision, but this should be at least where everything will end up. So I can wire everything up with this, see how everything's going to do, and then what I'm going to do is modify it so that I have zip tie holes for wire management. I still need to put a cover on it for a fan and whatnot. So it's still a work in progress. But the big thing is it's got the drag chain mount. So Raymond's raising his hand. What's up, Raymond? Do you have a question? Yes, a fan. Fan would be needed. So we got to put some heat sets in here. It's still a beta. So I've had people ask me for these files already. They aren't going to be released until they're done, and I don't know when they'll be done. So the plan is, if all goes well, to get everything wired up today, and then I will be doing the clipper setup on here, because as much as I want to try out RatOS, because I'm running a completely new config, I don't think it'll be RatOS compatible, so I'll probably just use Mainsail for now. But I'm going to make a video on installing Clipper on this. How to set up Clipper completely from scratch on a machine that you don't have an example config for. So the plan is to get this to the point where we can install Clipper on it. I technically already have Clipper installed on this controller. And then I'll make a full configuration from scratch for this printer and make it a video. So that's the plan. Do I have a recommendation on where to buy integrated Z lead screws? I bought 2 off Amazon, not have to deal with, but they seem to have some noise compared to the stock ones. What stock ones? It depends on which brand. LDO and Stepper Online are my 2 go-tos for stepper motors. Trevor, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Congrats on going full time. Super happy for you. Yes. Thank you. It is going well so far. Yes, I am now a YouTuber. Because, yeah, why not? Might as well have some fun before the world ends. So, departure from, you know, normal, I guess, the stock V-Minion. I use heat sets. I love heat sets. So, I have heat sets in this. Everything that I can use heat sets with, I use heat sets. So we'll get this mounted up, and then we'll start wiring it up. So today's gonna be the crimping, stripping, trimming stream. You know how it is. You know how it be, though. Yep. And then I think it is those 2. There were stock ender steppers on your video. You recommended integrated. Oh yeah, if it's like stock ender, I have no idea what the stock ender stepper motors are. Nope. Go. Heat sets. I love heat sets. I love heat set inserts. I wouldn't say full-time YouTube star, but yes, the full-time YouTubes. If it's fun, why not? Why not? There. Actually, before I do that, I forgot. I have to find my tap. Because I need to, as the kids say, tap that. M3 tap, where are you? M3 tap, where did you go? M3 tap, where did you go? I don't know where it went. I'll do it the getaway and just tap it with a screw. Inappropriate maker, 669. Nice. Appreciate it. So I officially left my job. Yes. Yes, I did. Why not? YOLO. Do you see the M3 tap? My Dora the Explorer voice. Oh God. My kid was on a kick with that for a while. That's like all he watched for a little while was Dora. Swiper, no swiping. And then I think I just got the map song out of my head, so we're okay. I think we're okay there. Overhead. Might have to charge this. I assume you picked up your tools. Not yet. I still need to go grab them. Problem is, I have a, I drive the good old-fashioned Ford Focus, and that does not have room in it for a 47-inch toolbox. So I have to borrow a ride from somebody or something to figure something out. Do I have a, where did, oh, here it is. Because those are destroying my hands. Do I need to give advance? It's not required by law. And I actually took time off before doing this. So I actually took a month off to kind of try it out. And I decided that I was gonna make it a permanent. But as required by law, like some people think you have to get the 2 weeks notice. It's not required by law. You can leave, you can quit your job at any point and walk out. Coffin dance. Dude, there's a weird rabbit hole of kids shows. I don't know what it is, but there's like this weird rabbit hole of kids shows on YouTube. There was one, because they just autoplay, right? They just autoplay. So for a while I had one that kept popping up, and it was like superheroes in a GTA map. And it was just them like superhero character models just racing on a GTA map. Weird. I don't know. John Clark, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Sorry I'm late. The Girl Scout cookie militia got me. Dude, I can go for some Girl Scout cookies. I can go for some cookies. Inappropriate maker, 420. Nice. That's the number of the pot. Okay, so now, put you there. Yeah, 2 weeks is the don't burn the bridge, but I was already not at work, so I wasn't gonna walk in after a month off, go, yeah, I quit, and then stick around for 2 weeks. I was just, goodbye. Okay, let's, hopefully everything still fits. I had to adjust a few dimensions. There we go. Okay, and that clears. Good. Good, good, good. We are good. I've only ever had like proper Girl Scout cookies like once, because I live in Canada, right? So you know, we don't have Girl Guides or Girl Scouts or whatever it's called. Or we have an equivalent, but it's not the same. Chris, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Keep it up. Okay. I can do that. Okay. So that goes there. Now, I need to flip you on your back so I could hook the power back up. Don't fall over. This is kind of the downside of having to working on a non-cube printer. It doesn't really balance too well. actually. You go there. So this is one of the nice things with using the low power Raspberry Pi Zero, because even the Pi Pico can power, has an internal 5 volt. So the Pi Pico is actually fully capable of powering a full size Raspberry Pi. So you can use the Pi Pico. You don't need a buck converter or anything. So that's nice for these compact builds where you're trying to minimize wires and just keep things as simple as possible. Problem is I can't see the hole. I gotta put the screw in. There it is. You do have girl guides. Yeah, we do have girl guides. It's just, I've never seen them in my area. So, no cookies. Plus, you know, COVID and whatnot, so they probably haven't been out and about as much. Okay. So, well, we'll ignore the bed part for now. Because we'll get our Z, or our gantry stuff done first. So we'll run you all the way up to the top so that we kind of have a rough idea of where everything needs to be. So trim that. I did actually look online to see if I could order Girl Scout cookies in Canada, and you can't. I tried. And I don't know if Girl Guide cookies are the same. Okay, zip ties. Craig DePaw, $5. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sarah teared down my Ender 5 to make Mercury 1 mod. Forgot to print a piece for my Eva. Small print holding me up. No working printer. Sad face. That is why 2 is 1, 1 is none when it comes to 3D printers. And I'm personally not a huge fan of modding your one printer. That's why I'm a fan of having, like, have multiple printers and always have one functional. Because that way you don't end up in that position. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. The more the better. What is the wattage? This is a UHP 350. So it's 350 watts. The bed is 180. The power supply is 50. And then the rest is motors and fans. So we're well within the we're safe. I'm not concerned about maxing it out. Considering a 350 is enough for a switch wire, and this is not as hungry as a switch wire. There we go. There we go. So all these have to go into here somehow. So obviously I could just, you know, jam them in, but we're going to go and we're going to do some crimping. We're going to make it look good. We're going to make it look good. Prusa Mini, it's a cheap workhorse. I would love to get my hands on a Prusa Mini to play with. I just can't justify buying one right now. I've got enough printers. Because I've had so many people ask me, how does this compare to the Prusa Mini? And I'm like, I have no clue. This isn't working yet, and I don't have a Prusa Mini. So you're gonna have to look elsewhere for that answer. I love that. I see it all the time, and whenever I'm watching a Joel stream, when somebody asks how the printer that he literally unboxed and he hasn't even put it together yet, how does it compare to X? Is it better than X? Should I buy this instead of this? And it's like, it's not even moving yet, guys. He doesn't even have it together. How is he supposed to give you a valid comparison? So first things first, we are building a printer that we don't have a guide for. So obviously, for those that don't know, this was built using the mechanical kit. So the kind folks at RatRig did send me a mechanical kit. So all the hardware that you see here, including the bed and the heater, they sent me, okay? The mechanical kit doesn't include the flex plate or the bed heater. They included that because I would have to source that, and they use some custom stuff there. So they sent me a mechanical kit plus the bed, magnet and flex plate and the heater. Everything else I'm self-sourcing. So all the printed parts, I printed them myself, and all the electronics. So this is not stock. So we don't have an electronics guide for this printer. So how do you go about wiring up a printer that you don't have a guide for? You have to look at the pinout sheet. So essentially, we're going to be making the config for this. So technically, I can plug in the motors however I want. But to make it simple, extruder goes into E. Now, I could put my Z motor there and just make the pins match, right? It's Clipper. You YOLO, do it however you want. But make it simple on yourself. Bed goes in bed. Yeah, it might be running off an SSR, and really any 5-volt pin can do it. But bed is bed. Keep it simple. Thomas, RS20, Argentine. I think it's Argentine. Thank you, appreciate it. What did I do today? We went to the mall. Did a little family trip to the mall today. So I'm gonna need my JST connectors. I won't need Molex. We're gonna need a lot of JSTs though. So, as nice as it would be, why is that all? Okay, whatever. As nice as that would be, where I could just, you know, plug that in and call it a day, I would have all this extra wire. I don't want all this extra wire. I want it to look pretty, right? I don't want all, focus, there we go. I don't want this, you know, all this. We don't need any of this. So we're gonna cut it, we're gonna crimp it. We're gonna spend the time, make this look good. Because why not? We got time. I'm in no rush. Are you guys in a rush? I'm not in a rush. I hope none of you guys are in a rush. I got the lo-fi beats going. So we'll just take our time and make it look good. I do need to get a better stripper at some point. This one's starting to get a little worn out. If you're stripping wires and they're PTFE wire, like they got PTFE sleeving instead of like silicone or PVC, you may find if they're like 24 gauge, you may have to strip them with like the 26 gauge hole. I found, because it's a thinner, the wire itself, the sleeving is thinner. Just don't go too small because you risk actually damaging the wires, and you don't want to do that. This one right here is a commercial electric. I bought these at, I think, Home Depot like 6 years ago, and I don't know, I'm still using them. But then again, I splurge, and I use a PA09 for crimping. So. Comparing Prusa to a V-Minion design. The V-Minion is definitely a chonky boy. It's definitely got more beef than a Prusa. But it also is a completely custom machine using off-the-shelf components for the most part, except for some brackets, which you could probably avoid, honestly. I'm sure most of these beefy brackets they got here, you could replace with blind joints and printed parts, and you'd probably get within margin of error difference in terms of performance. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, you're probably not going to be able to see this, okay? But because I get asked about this, let me pull up my educational assistant here. So when you strip a wire, okay? So you got your wire here, okay? There's your wire, okay? And you strip it. So that there's the sleeving and there's the wire itself, okay? When you crimp on your connector, okay, there are two parts you crimp, okay? Make sure that the let me see here if I can, this one goes into focus. Okay, so see, you got like the big ears that you crimp, and then you got the little ears that you crimp. That's pretty much the same on all types of crimp connectors, okay, that go onto wires, okay? These are JST, Molex Microfit 3, same thing. You have big ears and little ears that you crimp, okay? So, the little ears crimp onto the wire, okay? The big ears crimp onto the sleeve, okay? So, if you're crimping them both onto wire, you're doing it wrong. Little ears close to the end of the connector, because this is, over here is where whatever the in or the male or female end is, over here, this, area. So the little ears crimp around the bare wire, the big ears crimp around the sleeving. That's what holds it. Okay, you don't want to fully crimp to just bare wire. So don't strip more than you need to. This has been an educational tangent. So normally what I do is I put my fitting or the crimp or the connector or whatever in my crimper, and I get it around the little ears, and then I put the wire in till it lines up. So basically I'm crimping those little ears onto bare wire. Okay. And then I just kind of fold the big ears in a little bit so it's easier to crimp. And then I crimp the big ears onto the sleeve. Easy peasy. And then that, nice and tight, because you're crimping onto the sleeve, which is, it's an easier to crimp onto, it will compress. You'll get a more secure crimping onto the sleeve, and then the little ears make your actual electrical connection. So. Make a short out of it? I might. Problem is there's plenty of how to crimp videos already out there. I don't like doing recursive content. I've had people ask me to do videos like when I first got that Ender 3 for a bit there. I had a lot of people asking me to do videos on like leveling the bed and like, you know, basic stuff. And I'm like, there are plenty of content creators in 3D printing that have done tons of content on these printers already. I'm not going down that hole again. I don't want to, oop, bad one. I don't want to do what other people have done. So don't crush the crimps. Yeah, make sure you're using the right size teeth. If you actually crush the crimp, it may not, it'll probably break on you. And that's no bueno. Just solder. Don't solder. Don't solder. Like, there are like pre-made like dummy, like little short wires that have the fittings already crimped to them. And I guess you could solder those on till your wires if you really want, but don't like, oh God, how many tutorial videos have I seen over the years for like, it was one for a CD drive. Oop, nope. Bad one. When you buy a good quality kit, the fittings are usually better. These ones are kind of crappy, but it's a cheap kit. It was a CD drive printer. So it was a printer built using like a CD drive part. And Buddy was using a CNC shield, like an Arduino shield, like not a ramps, but like just like it might have been a ramps. I can't remember. And he was literally soldering the wires from like the stepper motors directly to the pins on the ramps. And the thing was, the part that annoyed me the most, okay, I can understand if for whatever reason you can't get DuPont connectors, okay? And you just want to take the wires that are on your stepper motor and solder them to the pins. Power to you. He didn't even shorten the wires. He left like the meter long wire for like a 10 foot or a 10-inch span. And just left them because he didn't cut or strip them. He just kind of, yeah, that part was annoying. I was like, what the heck? Just solder straight to the board. Do not solder these crimps. Correct. You don't need to crimp and solder. Never do that. My cheapo JSTs don't like to stay. So when you have that happen, when they don't lock in. So when you put the wire in, there should be a little tab that locks into this little cutout there, and that prevents the wires from coming out. So if you ever need to take these wires out, you got to go in there with like a pick or something and push down the tab, and that allows you to pull the wire out. So the trick is, let me see if I can get one out here. There we go. So the trick is, if the little tab, focus, if that little tab on top doesn't like snap in to position, okay, what you need to do is go in there again with like a pick or something and pry it up more so that it actually locks. Because a lot of times when they make these cheap JST kits, the actual connectors, the tab isn't folded up. So you need to go in there and kind of just pry it up a little bit, so that way when you push it into the plastic, it locks in place. So we've got it connected. So at this point, if your motor had a pre-connected connector on it, keep whatever order the wires are. Don't go changing wires. Like the colors are not, there is no universal standard for these wires. these are different than these wires. Like, there is no universal standard for the colors. So if it has a connector on your motor already, keep whatever order the wires are on your new connector, okay? Don't go trying to match the manual. It probably won't work. So we got red. Yeah, see? So that one doesn't lock in, so I gotta fold that one up. Okay, so we bent it up a little bit. Now it's locked in. And green. Yellow. And then blue. There we go. And then 1 second here. No, that is the right playlist. Like, is this lo-fi music? Okay. And then we got our extruder motor. Boom, done. One done. So let's go back to our thing. X. So our X motor is next. So our X motor is up here, which is, I believe, this one. Yeah, this would be X. So unfortunately, oh man, that's so close. I'm literally going to be shortening this like that much. Oh well, it is what it is. And by the way, oh sorry, wrong button. I literally had to cut off that much to shorten it. But you can reuse these JSD housings. So don't throw these wires away. What I normally do, if I have like a long enough length, I keep them pre-assembled like this. You never know, you might need an extension at some point, and it's already nice when they're pre-made. But something like this, just go in there with a pin, pop out the wires, and just save the housing. Because a lot of the time, you'll run out of housings before you run out of the actual little crimp connector parts. So never trust motor wiring. Always check the resistance with the multimeter. You can. I found I've never had an issue where it came pre on a connector. I've had it where, you know, motors come out with nothing on the end. The wires are just dangling in the breeze. In that case, yeah, you got to check it. But anytime I've had a motor that already had a connector pre-attached from the factory, I've never had it not be right. So Steve's here. Everyone say hi, Steve. Do this now. Actually, I wonder if David's been busy. I haven't seen David in a while. Must be busy with work, all those government and commercial Prusa orders. Optical end stops. Well, on this guy, we're going sensorless. I'm not even wiring in X and Y end stops. Zed, we're using an inductive probe though, or a Vinda, which is a Pinda, a super Pinda essentially. 275 people watching and only 127 likes. Oh, that's not good. So here's the thing. I'm a firm believer that if you like that smash button right now, something good will happen. Okay? I don't know what will happen, but I'm a firm believer that if you like that smash button, something good will happen. So, what's the worst that'll happen? Okay? There's no downside to it. And something good might happen. No guarantees, though. But you never know. Potentially. Maybe. Who knows? Engagement. So, again, printer won't be printing tonight, as cool as that would be, because I gotta do the whole clipper config, and I'm gonna be making a video of that, so. It's not possible to like the smash button unless you're signed in. Who watches YouTube not signed in? I don't think, well, yeah, I guess if you're on, like, not your home computer. Oop, did I miss one? Inappropriate Maker, thank you for becoming a member. That is for those that don't know, becoming a member of the channel is the easiest way to help support the content I create and the things I do. Because not be able to do any of this without you guys. Because Lord knows, YouTube ad revenue is not what it used to be. I'm lucky I got into the YouTube content creator game after the adpocalypse. Like, this has only been a thing for me for like, oh, we're coming up on 2 years. I got to figure out something to do for the 2 year. I think it's April, like the first week of April. Ooh, I got to go check my streams. Whenever the first stream of the V2 rebuild, that's what I consider my start date of me being a content creator on YouTube. Because yeah, my channel is, you know, from 2006, and if you go back far enough, I have World of Warcraft videos on it. But yeah, I did the odd tutorial video before this, but when I did that first V2 stream, I that's what I consider my start point of me being a like this channel's content creation actual history. But I started all this, like, making it a thing after the whole adpocalypse. So I've never really relied on ad revenue, so that's good. How much of a squeeze? That much. Squeeze until it's solid and don't go too further. You might have to break a few crimps to find the sweet spot. You're watching me on a 60-inch TV? Dang. Shave the beard for 2 years. No. God, no. It's a horrible idea. Been working on this thing for... Well, technically I haven't shaved in years, but I normally kept it much shorter. I trimmed it much shorter on a weekly basis. I've been growing it out since roughly about New Year's. Coda Clutch, thank you for becoming a member. Go. So that is our X motor, and now our Y motor is over here, which I'm gonna have to put an extension on. So let me see if I can steal one. Ugh. Nope. Because I actually keep my wiring harnesses for those that for some reason. There we go. That'll do, I think. Is that a female? And that's a male. Perfect. So right now, this is a wire harness from my original V2 wiring loom. Yeah. From my B motor. From this guy. From 4 years ago. I actually have my old wire. I keep my old wiring harnesses for exactly this. So now I don't need to make an extension because I already kind of have one. So colors match. That goes in there. So now I just need to make that go there. Easy peasy breezy. If you want to splurge, look at the Knipex brand. I've been keeping an eye out for those. The problem is I don't like the auto strippers because I find a lot of times I can't get into the really tight spots. So I normally don't bother with the auto stripping ones. Shaved my beard off once, left a Freddie Mercury stash. Wife did not approve. Nope, I can see that argument coming up. See, in my case though, I would go mutton chops. I'd go like Civil War Commander mutton chops and like shave all this in the middle and just have big old bushy mutton chops. I don't think the wifey would approve of that, unfortunately. Are you baby-faced? No. Baby-faced implies that I can't grow a beard, which I have. It does help reinforce the jawline a bit. We'll give it that. So go full Amish. Nah. I think we'll just kind of see where it ends up. I hate when songs do this, where they have a big quiet part at the outro. So come on, next song. There we go. Nothing is worse than like a song ends, but you weren't paying attention and you didn't realize it ends, and you're like, did the music pause, or is it just, quiet for 10 seconds before the next song? I live near St. Jacobs. I could just watch that Weird Al video. Coda hairs and beard hairs and their piff kit. I don't do piff. I used to do piff. I did printed forward back in the 2.1 days. I might get back into it. We'll see. The problem is it's room and time. Because like right now I've been doing all kinds of random stuff on my printers, and I can't be... if you watched my latest video, the video I put out yesterday, that video was very spur of the moment. I wasn't going to record what I was doing, but I decided to and make a video of it. Like, yeah. So it was putting those up, the rep racks. So if you didn't see it, I made a video putting up rep racks. So the problem was when I was recording that video, I had this printer going, that printer going, and that printer going. So I had to put a noise canceling filter on the whole video. And you can tell there's a noise canceling filter. There's like a little bit of tinniness and hollowness to it. And I don't like it. Normally when I record, I have all my printers like standby mode, like they are right now. But I was printing, this was a 2.5 day or 58-hour print. And I didn't want it to fail or pause it or anything. So this was, I did it on the Trident. So this was 58 hours and it's 4 feet long. So who says you need a belt printer? And it's glow in the dark. A squatty. Somebody did that. Somebody on the PIF team did that. They built a really squat 2.8 specifically, or 2.4 for PIF. Black, green, red, blue. You want if it does it. They are the Cinder Wings 3D. It's the Flying Serpent. Right now, it's a Patreon only model. I don't know if they have it for sale on their cults page yet. But honestly, if you find a creator that you like, most of the time they have a Patreon. And a lot of the times it's cheaper just to join their Patreon than it is to buy a model every time it comes up. So if you find you have a creator that you're always buying their models, see if they have a Patreon. Because odds are they'll probably get a better deal on their end in terms of how much revenue they'll bring in from you subscribing to their Patreon than buying like a model or two a month from a third party. Oh, they just released it? Okay. I was pissed because I printed the first one. That's the second one I printed. The first one failed at like 60% because one piece came off the bed and it just like was a wrecking ball at that point. It just kept taking out more and more. And I was like, no. I was so unhappy. Okay, and then our last one is Z. So on the Pico, it only you have a Z1 and a Z2, but they're tandem. It only has 4 drivers, so you can only hook up 4 controllable motors. So for the sake of keeping everything nice and consistent, we're just gonna hook it up to this one right here. Oh, Maker Viking, hello. There we go. Nice and even. The engineer PA07 or A9. Look at it, Horizon P707. Oh God, Molex crimper. Yeah, I don't know if that's a Molex, but Molex crimpers are, oh my God, pricey. PA09s I find are kind of good enough at everything outside of like terminal connectors, and then literally for like terminal connectors for like, you know, spade bits and whatnot, I just use the good old reliable that everyone probably has that are rusted in their toolbox that was probably there when they bought their house. Because everyone has one of those kind of crimpers, I think. How's it going? It is going good. Put a carrot feeder on. I already have a carrot feeder on my switch wire, which I use it for filament changes because I'm lazy. But I'm actually getting to the point now where I only have, so it was pretty bad for a while, but I'm at the point now where I only have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I only have 18 spools of filament on the floor right now. I used to have a lot more. So I'm down to 18 spools of filament on the floor. And they're still in boxes, so we're okay. No dog hair on them yet. What does it say when I need to re-level my V01 every print? What did you print your plastic parts out of for your carriage? Because something's moving at that point. If it's not staying, something is moving. And how compressed are your springs? Like when you leveled your bed originally, did you have to really screw those springs down? Or is it like just a little bit of adjustment? Well, that one's gonna end up in my foot in a week. But yeah, so hopefully, so the clipper video, that's this week's big video, would be the clipper video. And then I also, maybe this week, be doing a video on just my thoughts on the Physec kit for the Trident. And how kits have improved and not quite improved over the past year or so. There will be a video. I will be doing a video on this RatRig build after I'm done. It won't be like a print quality. It will be like just my thoughts on the build of building RatRig as, you know, somebody who's built a ton of Vorons and now building something else. It won't be a review because I didn't get a full kit from them. So I won't be reviewing it, but I'll be, you know, thoughts on the build process itself, documentation, whatnot. Things I liked, things I didn't like, that kind of thing. So I will be doing a video on this at some point. 99 spools of ABS on the wall. Well, it's 18 spools of ABS on the floor right now. Dang Sparta 3D. Why is your shit gotta be so good? So we got black. Green. Red and a blue. That green one's not staying. And be careful doing this that you don't stab yourself. There we go. There we go. So we've got our... So this is the problem with trying to show this build off on an overhead camera. You can't see anything because the gantry blocks everything. It's not like Core XY. So we've got all of our focus on my hand. Follow the hand. There we go. Okay. So we got all our motors are wired up now. So let me clear out the desk a bit here. Did I see the mini Viking Wexter made? I did see that. That was cool. I don't have any mini models of myself. Somebody's working on one. It's not like a mini model. But I'm waiting on her to finish. No rush though. Keep the sharp stabby bits away from the soft bleedy bits. Exactly. The blood stays in the body, not outside. Okay, so what do we got now? We got a probe or an end stop. We've got a thermistor. Just trying to organize everything here. Okay. So we got heater, thermistor, one fan, two fans, and Vinda. Is the clipper video. Please be sure to point out the parts of the instructions to avoid if you're using Octoprint. Plus the yes. I'm gonna try. So the video is gonna be basically, I'm not gonna break down how to, like, it's not gonna be an hour-long video. It's gonna be, hey, if you are planning to install clipper on a machine from scratch, this is where you look to find everything. And this is all the documentation you need. So you're not hunting and looking and whatnot. And these are the things you should look out for and keep in mind. It's not going to be, I'm going to use this printer as the example to kind of build along with it. Because this is pretty much like a generic printer. It's got, you know, it's got your motors, it's got a probe, it's got, well, no end stops, but I'll show you how to set up end stops. It'll be how to do it, not this is how you do it. It'll be kind of like an overview and not a full-on direct, because I want it to be a generic video. ESA and ABS and not very tight on the springs. Okay. How many prints do you have on it? Because there might be like a little bit of a break-in period where everything kind of finds its happy medium, but it's hard to say at this point. Okay, so what do we got on this side? We got fans. So they have it mislabeled here. They have this right here called laser. This is where your Raspberry Pi plugs in. So this isn't laser, this is Raspberry Pi. So fan 1, fan 2. So we'll do fan 1, we'll make our hot end fan. Because our hot end fan comes up in there. And I think the hot end fan we went with red. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we went with red black for the hot end fan. And then green is part cooling, so we'll do that. Make that work. And this is good old-fashioned silicone wire. $120 hours, and it's still shifting. I would have to see, like, it's hard to say. Make sure all your screws are tight. Make sure like nothing's loose and coming loose or something. I would try asking in the Voron Discord in the V2 help questions, because that's not an issue I've had, so it's kind of hard to give a definitive answer. Patrick, thank you for the $5. Glad to see you in Steve's collab last week. Think the format is great. Thank you, appreciate it. A few people were questioning. I did rename it. Originally, I had it listed as an interview, and I renamed it so it doesn't say interview, because some people were confused the fact that I talked a lot during the video. The format I'm aiming for, and I'm hoping to get more people on in the future, is not an interview, but more just a back and forth between people. So basically like a podcast, but with like different, like not same guests. So it's supposed to be like just kind of, you know, shop talk or talking shop. That's why I called it Talking Shop. I don't know if that's the name I'm going to stick with, because I think that's already used by like a podcast or something. So we'll see. What is my recommendation for max power on a 500? It is, what is it? It's a 0.4 watts per centimeter square, I believe, is the math. Shop talk. Shop talk. Yeah, shop talk. I was going to call it talking shop, but I think shop talk works. Because I don't want somebody like, I've had a few people recommend some like good names, and one of them I really liked, but I'm trying to avoid making everything strictly 3D printing related. So I do want to I want to leave my options open. It's like why the channel is no longer Nero 3DP, it's Nero 3D. I didn't want to go, I'm trying to diversify. You know, Tom still keeps calling me the Voron guy. Okay, so which one's positive? So positive is next to the input. Okay. Oh, dang it. This is a 3-pin connector. Why did I use a 3-pin? I need a 2-pin. Like, why don't you fit? It's too big. Do I got 2 pins? Oh, I'm running low on 2 pins. I keep buying these kits because I keep using up all the 2 pins, and instead of just buying 2 pins, I buy a whole nother kit. So now I've got like 3 of these kits floating around. Making French toast on Toasty. Ooh. I might do French toast for breakfast. We'll see. Okay, so that goes there. And now the other fan, which is the part fan, will go to there. And then I do have one more CNC fan, and that will be for the controller fan, which, as long as you're not running above, your motors are usually actually 0.8 to 1 amp. This board is fine passive, in my understanding. Because, like, as long as you don't overdo it, these boards with the integrated steppers, basically it turns the entire PCB into a heatsink. So that's one of the reasons I don't like, I like integrated steppers. I know a lot of people are like, oh, if you burn one out, the whole board set. It's like, you shouldn't really be burning out your stepper motors. But with how cheap these boards are, I'd rather have, you know, them be integrated. It's more compact, less cooling issues. Cooling a step stick can be a pain sometimes. Like they're much less efficient for cooling. Does the Trident have a name? Yep, it's Big Papa Joey P, because it's Prusa colors. So it's big. So it is, and if you don't believe me, there it is. It's Big Papa Joey P. That's what the Trident's called. Because it is Prusa orange. Cooling a step stick. It depends on how much current you're pushing through it. But the step stick is inherently going to take more cooling than integrated steppers on a PCB, because you only have the PCB of the step stick. And most of them don't have a big fat copper pore in it, like a lot of these, like look at the Duet. The Duet has like a big fat copper pore layer for heat sinking the stepper motors. And a lot of these SKRs do too. So when you're trying to, that's why a lot of the time you can run them passively without issue, whereas a lot of stepper motors on a step stick, you can't passively cool them. You need active cooling. Because you don't have that heat sink capability, because you only have the step stick itself. Okay, I need to find more 2, because that's 3. Oh, I do have 1. There we go. There we go. But again, this, I will have a fan on here. I will have a fan. I'll probably have, I don't know if I'll fit a fan in this side, so I'll probably just have a top-down fan blowing down. I do have a Pi Zero on it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out a fan somehow on this. I need to put a whole cover plate, because otherwise, you know, shit will fall in there, and I don't want stuff falling in there. So. 2208, yeah, 2208s without active cooling get a little toasty. 2209s are a bit better. And then if you're running like 5160s and whatnot, yeah. Bruce Minis 2209s. They also have them integral on the controller board. Same with this. Because when you have them on the controller board, let me pull one out here. I'm pretty sure I have one. Yeah. So like, where are my? No, that's a laptop. Does this have it? Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. But when you have overhead, when you have, you know, here's a Duet too. When you have these on, if you look at the PCB, what they'll do is they'll have like a layer in there that's just copper, and it basically spreads the heat out over a big chunk of the board. So it heat sinks into the board itself. Whereas when you just have a step stick, you only have the little step stick. And that's why we always, you know, you stick heaters on, or heat sinks on them. So it's like on the Pico here, it has a heat spreader on it, a gaming heat spreader that's super cool and whatnot, but it's actually, you're getting more heat sink out of the PCB than the heat spreader on top. Like that's what we did with Taco Raven. Like when we designed Taco Raven, I have heat sinks on it, but the steppers heat sink into the PCB because you have a copper pore in the PCB for the heat sinks. And these ones run 2130, so they run hot. So this thing's like 3 years old now, I think. Taco Raven. It's been a while. Only the good boards. In my experience, the SKRs are good enough for most printers, unless you're pushing your motors really hard. V0s. They have no issues without any active cooling. I run active cooling in here for the Raspberry Pi, because the Pi gets to the temperature where it annoys you that it's overheating when it's not. Pis are good to like 80 or 90 degrees Celsius, but as soon as it hits 60, it gives you a warning that keeps popping up saying, hey, I'm getting warm, and it never gets above 60. It literally sits at 60 and just spits out that warning. So I just threw like a little cheap 5-volt fan in there to shut it up, essentially. Okay. So, what do we got next? What do we got next? A probe, I guess? Yeah, we'll put the probe in. So the probe's an end stop, so I need to figure out my wiring for this. Because me being the big brain that I am, I can't remember my wiring. So we're coming around here, we got thermistor bed, thermistor hot end, X, Y, and Z end stop. So I need to go all the way around to that end stop. So for this Vinda, what is the wiring? Because it's like, I got a 5-volt, I got a ground, and I got a signal. Yeah, okay, black signal, brown 5-volt, blue is ground. So I'm assuming my black is black and my blue is blue and green is brown. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because there's the Vinda. Okay. So we gotta go all the way around to this last one here. That in the bin. So next Saturday stream or Friday, I don't know if it'll be Friday or Saturday, will be this is part 5, since what would technically be this is part 4 of the build, what would technically be part 5, I'm going to be doing that as a video. So I'm probably going to wrap this build up in one more stream. So it'll be the video where I get Clipper installed in here, and I'll do all the function tests and whatever. And then I'll just do a stream where we just print and go talk about the build and whatnot. And then that will probably be it for this. So, Micron next. Night Maker Viking. Can't wait to start the, so probably not this week, like this coming up weekend, the one after, we'll start the Micron build, hopefully. But I know you guys want to get that, see that one going. Because the V2, that's going to be a full build. Like the V2 that I'm building, we're doing everything on that, so that's still going to be quite a few streams out of it. And no rush. Ooh, got the Rona. That's not good. It's funny, I went out the other day and I had to wear the mask, and I'm like, I completely forgot about COVID. Because there's been so much in the news about Ukraine and whatnot. And I'm not at work right now, I'm at home. And I didn't go out like all last week. So I went out and I'm like, oh yeah, COVID, I completely forgot about that. That's still a thing. Iron tops are... I don't think I've ever run ironing on a part, ever. RatRig is Minion colors, but also Ukraine. Yes, so the colors for this, because people have mentioned it, yes, this is the Ukraine colors, but that was not intentional. You guys picked the colors before all that shit went down. It was pretty much... it was either going to be green. I originally was going to do green. I have a nice green I was going to use, too. Let me find it here. The original plan was to use this, Sparkle Candy Green. I was going to print it in Sparkle Candy Green because it was a RatRig. And then I was like, wait a minute, I have pink. So I was going to do pink because why not, right? But then somebody in chat said Minion, make it yellow. So I opened up a poll and you guys picked Minion. So I was going to do it all yellow, and then I'm like, wait, that's boring. So I threw in some blue for accents. So yes, it's a Minion because it's a Minion. Because it's a Minion. Project R3D, holy shit. 100, thank you, man. Appreciate it. To help support the full-time tuber switch. Thank you. I will see you at Murph. I will see you at Murph. I believe you said you were going. And hopefully with all the dataless goodies. Okay, so I gotta do this. So 5-volt ground signal. So which one? Any concerns about a tall 2.4 like 600? 600 is getting pretty tall. You could scale a V2 much more in the Z than the XY. At 600, I'd be worried about the wobbles because the frame's only 2020. If you go with something like 4040 on your Z, you might be okay. Nice coincidence. Is it sparkly? Yep, it's sparkly. All the Sparta 3D ABSs I have are sparkly. Because I was going to do, because he sent me some more colors, and I think this was one of the ones that he sent me. So it was going to be this. So before you guys went all Minion is Minion, it was going to be this, which is Sparkle Fluorescent Pink. Which looks a lot more pink on camera. On camera, it looks purplish. We'll be there. We have 3 things being released there. And one will be helpful for some more. Ooh! At first you have my attention, but now you have my curiosity. Or is that the other way? At first you have my curiosity, now you have my attention. Either way! Ooh. Okay, so... that goes like that. So which one is my 5-volt? So 5-volt is brown. Okay, which is green. In my case here, so 5-volt. And then black is signal, which is that one. And then grounded is in the middle, yeah. And this probe is a 5-volt probe, so I don't need a BAT 85 diode or anything. If you were running something like a PL08 type probe, you would need to put a diode in there. And here comes the part that kind of sucks about the Pico. It has sideways connectors. The connectors come out of the board sideways, so it doesn't, it's more compact. But the way I have it mounted here is kind of tight. And I should be able to fit it. Like it's enough clearance for function. It's just plugging it in is kind of a pain in the butt. There we go. There we go. You see the sparkle lavender yet from Sparta 3D? Sparkle purple, sparkle lavender. Yep. I think I have all the Sparta 3D sparkle colors. Because anytime it comes out with new stuff, he sends me a care package. So yeah, sparkle lavender. That's actually ooh. That's the thing. Like I have all the parts for the for the Micron printed already, and I really like the colors. So I am like, I'm trying to figure out what printer to build next to use these on. My eyes, I need dark mode. Who doesn't use dark mode? Okay, so what else do we got? We got a thermistor here. So thermistor on the bed. So we're going for that second one there. Okay. Derek, $20. Thank you. Appreciate it. 20 bucks to celebrate my first blind joint. Yay! Prepping for the 2.4 kit. Use the drill. Are you sourcing your own extrusions? Because if you're getting a kit, you should have blind joints. Like, they should be all pre-done. So you shouldn't have to make your own blind joints. Gotta go get some sleep. Weak. Yeah. Sleep is for the well-rested individuals. Tess, small disturbed child. Thank you for becoming a member. Like, test alliance, please ignore? Test from, like, Eve? Plan to do it myself. Ooh. Okay, so here's the thing. All the power to you. My very first build, this one right here. I didn't use blind joints. I used the Misumi corner cubes, but I thought I'd be smart. I'm gonna drill and tap all my extrusions. I'm gonna tap all my extrusions by hand. Okay. And on my V00, I did all the blind joints and all the drilling and everything for that by hand. I just ordered bare extrusions from Misumi back then. Our options were a lot more limited back then. And never again. It's one of those things, it's cool to do it once, and then afterwards you realize how much it sucks to do, and you pay somebody else to do it. Best alliance. I haven't played Eve since 2010. I think there are some Eve videos on my YouTube channel still, I believe. Yeah, I played from like, I want to say like 06 to 2010 roughly, or like 08 to 2010. I can't remember. It's been a while. I don't know. I was a pirate in around the old man star systems, like that low sec area around OMS and whatnot. I was a grungy low sec pirate, and then I scammed people in high sec, making them buy renamed generic Galente battleships that I named to Galente Federation battleships, and didn't package them up and sold them for hundreds of millions of ISK on a 30 million ISK ship. Yar. played off and on since 2005, but I'm currently winning Eve. There you go. Yeah, I haven't played since like I played for a good stint. The longest stint where I was a low sec pirate with a bunch of guys and we had a lot of fun. And then I quit for a bit and came back. And when I came back, my core had pretty much quit for the most part. So I ended up joining I ended up going to 0-0 space, and I was in, was it Northern Alliance, I want to say? I was in a Northern Alliance corporation. I can't even remember. White Star Line, I think? I can't remember. It's been a while. And, I don't know. I did random shit. I flew a heavy Dictor. And a sniper battleship and fleet battles. And I killed a Titan or two, I think. Back when the Titans weren't as common. And then, I don't know. I didn't have as much fun. And then I quit after a couple months of that. So... And I don't think I could get back into it because all my shit was in a player-owned station out in 0-0 10 years ago. So probably nothing's left. I want to say not much is left that I would have access to. Okay, so now I gotta get you in your hole. There we go. So I got the thermistor in. Okay, so we got thermistor 0. X, Y, end stop, no. Z end stop, we have a probe hooked up. So now we got to put our heater in for our hot end. So hot end 1 is middle. Okay. Why RatRig has no reseller to buy their products? I'm pretty sure they're a smaller company. They're out of Portugal, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Portugal. And that's their company is RatRig. As for resellers, I don't know. I don't know if it's a certification issue because they're kits and not fully assembled printers. I don't know the whole logistics on why they don't have resellers. You would have to talk to RatRig themselves. That is not my area of expertise at all. And they're always out of stock because people are buying them. Horizon Forbidden West. I haven't played that. Honestly, the last video game I bought and played was Cyberpunk. And I bought it, I played it for like 2 weeks after launch. Not even. Like a week maybe. And then I stopped playing, and then I haven't played a game since, except for Beat Saber every now and then. I've heard that use 12-volt proximity sensor, they have a longer sense. I'm using a 5-volt sensor on this. It's a Vinda probe, which is basically a Super Pinda. So, make it work. If not, I've got PL08s style probes everywhere. Applied for a commercial license, but they never responded. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what their whole situation. I've spoken to a few of the people on the team. They seem like upstanding individuals. But I have no idea what their situation is, or yeah. Somebody's at the door, I think. Hi, Coda. You want to come say hi? Come say hi. Come on. Come on, Coda. Come on. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at him. Okay, there he's coming. Get your butt over here. Come on. Come say hi. What's wrong with you, buddy? No. What's up? You doing okay, you old man? You doing okay? You're getting old. You don't want some dog hair? Okay. Yeah, it glows in the dark. Yeah. Duff $6.99 Doggo and Troy J $10 Doggo. Thank you both, appreciate it. Yeah. And then this one. I know you know. You know many of the Pokemans.
The originals.
The originals. I don't even know what any of the new ones are. I have no idea. I stopped playing Pokemon in red and blue, yellow.
I like diamond, but even then.
Do I need dog hair? DFH has enough dog hair. He doesn't need any more. Okay. James Miller, $50 for the Doggo Fund. Aw, appreciate it. He is a spoiled dork, though. He doesn't need anything more. Back in my day, there were 151 Pokemons. That's all we needed. To get Mew, you have to get Strength and Surf, and then move the truck by the SSN. There's nothing past red, blue, yellow. Dude, I can't stand the we tried to put the Pokemon on for the little guy to watch, and like Ash is all weird now and sounds different, and I don't approve. Okay, so this one goes in there. Nope. Help if it actually went in the actual hole. Can't see anything. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got the heaters in. We got that in. We got that end. Okay. Actually, let me put that there. You go all underneath. And then we'll put you in, and that'll hold everything down. There we go. Okay, so that goes like that. So that is a nice little compact wiring package, I will say. So that is that. So now we need to wire in the bed and the bed thermistor. And yeah, how is my Diamondback nozzle doing? Pretty good. I've printed quite a bit with it. I did all my rep racks. So I printed 3 racks of rep racks. So going mobile. So this right here, all these, those are all CFP ETG. And it printed just fine. 0.8 nozzle, no issues. I've printed 2 of these right now, Stealth Burners parts out of some CF nylon. 0.4 nozzle, no issues. And then I have a few rolls of Fadis high temp polycarbonate and high temp nylon carbon fiber that I'm going to run through it. It's eating it like a champ. But that's the thing with nozzles. They either work or they don't. They either don't work, they work but the prints look like poop, or they work and the prints look fine. So if it works and the prints look fine, how do you compare it to other nozzles where that work and the prints look fine? Like, it's, yeah. I print from water bottles now. What? Oh, PETG, yeah. So the reason I use PETG is I've had that spool of CF PETG for a while, and I just wanted to use it up. So in this case, PETG, carbon fiber PETG works. When you add something to filament, okay, plastic sticks to plastic. When you extrude plastic out, melted plastic sticks to plastic. It's how you can build stuff up and it doesn't just fall apart like Lincoln Logs. When you add stuff to the plastic, that stuff normally doesn't stick to anything. Okay, so, you know, carbon fiber, shredded carbon fiber in the filament doesn't stick to anything. It's just in the filament. So when you have high carbon fiber count filaments, you lose layer adhesion. Okay, you actually lose the ability of the plastic to stick to itself when you're laying it down. So PETG though has really good layer adhesion. So adding carbon fiber to it doesn't give it as much of a detriment as adding it to like an ABS or something else, because PETG has really good layer adhesion. So in this case here, where it just needs to hold the weight and carbon fiber makes it stiffer and you still got all the good layer adhesion, it works. Apparently that's what Pooch recommends. They recommend if you print their rep racks that you use PETG. I have a few that I printed in ABS. I never used them though because I couldn't figure out how to get a 10-foot conduit in a focus. So I ended up using some dowels I had left over. Go watch the video. I like that video. So just don't use PETG. Okay. The meme is funny, but PETG does have its uses, just not in a Voron. So like right now, I'm gonna print. I don't know what I'm gonna use it with, but I have some Color Fab XT-CF20, and then I have, what is this here? Fadis glass fiber reinforced nylon high temperature, Ultra PA, and then Fadis carbon Ultra PA carbon fiber. And they recommend a nozzle up to 320 degrees. So yeah, that's hot. Editing on that video is really good. Thank you. I'm working on getting the editing. I am not an editor. I hate editing. Okay, that's why I live stream, because I don't have to edit this. I just push the button, go live, talk to a camera for 3 hours and do shit. I love it. It's great. But I hate editing. So when I can avoid it, I try to avoid it. Where did my drag chain go? There we go. Okay, so that end is that. So on this end, I need this. Like these right here. These are, I have a ton of drag chain left over from Voron builds, the 10 by 11, but I don't have enough end pieces. So these are printed in carbon fiber nylon. And yeah, I printed these on with the Diamondback nozzles. So I probably will do a video on the Diamondback nozzles. And I think they want me to give away some too. I gotta message them back just to make sure how they want that to go ahead. But as of right now, I've printed about 2 kilograms of stuff with them. I'm gonna use some wood fill on it too. The only downside I could say about them is the price. They are pricey. That's the only bad thing I could say about them right now is they are pricey. Doesn't PETG have good UV? I have the windows literally taped out in this room. There's no UV light in this room other than my resin curing station. I don't think many people knows what Lincoln Logs are. I'm Canadian, I know what Lincoln Logs are, and he was never my president. Not my president. Okay, so that can go there. I need to get some now. I need to buy a bunch of M38s. There we go. Oh, hopefully I made that hole deep enough. I don't know if I made that hole deep enough. Oh no. The fun part of figuring stuff out in beta parts. So, when you're doing drag chains, a lot of time I find it easy, depending on your setup and how you're using the drag chain, to attach the ends first and then clip the chain in to them. Did I drill it deep? Okay, I did model it deep enough. Good. When it comes to UV resistance, I don't think I've ever left a print that I've printed outside for any length of time, really. Okay, so now this is going to be fun because I have to run the drag chain, which comes across the top here, and then get at everything. So and I have no idea if this is even long enough, like if this is a good length. Like, I just kind of eyeballed the length of this chain, because literally this is the first time I'm putting this all together right now. And I do have the wires have a sleeve inside the drag chain. This is just to kind of hopefully prevent rubbing. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see. And as for underneath this, if you're curious, mobile, nope, mobile, okay. So how I have it up is the part that would normally mount below here mounts on top, and it has a drag chain mount now. So just 2 holes with a heat sets and then a little zip tie for stress relief. And then it comes across like that. So there's clearance above the extrusion, and then it just kind of clips into here like so. So we'll see if this works. I hope it works. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to be too unhappy, but I'm going to be a little unhappy. Actually, this might be the right length. So that goes like that. Yeah. Sweet. That works. Okay. And then I do have a hole for a zip tie. So let me put a... I actually made it a big hole for a big zip tie. Right inside the drag chain. Yeah, it's just so the wires don't rub on the drag chain itself, because these are China wires that don't have the smoothest finish on it. So I have a little bit of insurance. Actually, let me get a longer zip tie than this one. There we go. Okay. So, if all goes well, let me just get these wires out of the way. So there we go. So these are your thermistor and your bed heat wires, and that goes like that. So that does loop down a bit, and that works. So it does stick out the back a little bit, but I'm fine with that. I don't really care. So there we go. I can dig it. Yeah, that works. So now I need to figure out how to get these connectors in. Well, first I gotta get rid of all this stupid extra braiding here. Gotta trim it, make it look clean. Because, you know, it's got to look good more than anything. Function we can worry about later, but it's got to look good right now. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so thermistor goes around here. So let's make sure this is all nice and organized. Because the heater has got to go here. So you got to get cut. And these are going to be fun to fit in a at least 16 gauge. These are probably 16 gauge if I'm unlucky. Yeah, these are big boys. Which is going to be fun trying to fit inside the stupid itty bitty terminal blocks they give you. Yeah, you got to make sure you put the drag chains on the right way. There's what is my carbon fiber stealth burner? Toasty. Toasty is getting it. Now, when you're putting these ferrules on, by the way, use the smallest ferrule that fits. You don't want to use an oversized ferrule. You want whatever one is like the minimum size that fits on. Which I might have to go with black. Why not crimp some ferrules on? I am crimping ferrules on them. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, there we go. No, over here. Now this is going to be kind of annoying because now I have a drag chain in the way of where I got to get at. This ain't gonna be fun. Don't pinch those wires. Get in your hole. Come on. There we go. Got one in. I don't know, can I overhead maybe? Move out of the way, Eva. There you go. You can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm down there. that up. So luckily this uses a bigger connector, like it's a bigger terminal. There we go. Okay, so we got that, And now we just need to do our thermistor, and we have everything wired up on this printer now after the thermistor. So this one, run around, and then it goes to, I don't want to run anything across there, because this is metal back here. I don't want to get anything close to that. So this will go around like that. Go to there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Make these the same. What time is it? 10 o'clock? Okay. Yeah, we're on good track. We're on good track. I think for my final connector, like I wanted to see where all the wires and everything sat on here before designing the actual top of this. Like figure out where I need. So I'm going to put some, holes in here for attaching wiring, like zip ties and whatnot. So Eka2 Papa2, member for 3 months. Woohoo. Yes, woohoo. I need to redo my clipper stuff with the 80XL and input shaping, because when I did those videos, a lot has changed since then. So pretty much nowadays for input shaper, it's install it, run the auto calibration, and call it a day. It's not as manual as it used to be. KB3D, hello there. Wrong way around. Okay, so that goes through here. So I'm going to run this underneath just to keep it consistent. And of course there's a screw in my way, so sorry. I'm going to go off that main camera just so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Dang it. There's a drag chain in my way now. I know it'll fit, it's just I can't get it in there. Actually, haha. Nope. don't. Come on. Get in your hole of happiness. You know you want to. God damn it. Come on. Come on. Get in your hole. Get in your hole. Get in your hole. Ever tell you guys I hate JSTs? There we go. Okay, it's in. It's in. There we go. Okay. So we have Dougal, member for 8 months. Any concerns with the accuracy of sensorless? So sensorless, here's the downside with sensorless. Sensorless, you are only accurate to the nearest full step. Okay, so you don't get micro-step precision for homing sensorless. The thing is though, in this case here, when you're starting a print, you're just kind of homing XY to roughly a corner of the bed, right? So if you're out a step or two, it don't matter, okay? It could come into play if you are trying to like resume a print that has failed. You might have a very slight offset, depending on where that full step is when it homes, when it picks up the home. But in reality, it's not of concern. A KW10 microswitch is more accurate than sensorless homing, okay? But in our situation here, it's not going to be an issue, really. What are my thoughts about using 0.9 steppers? On a V0, you lose torque. You lose torque. And with NEMA 14s, you want the torque. Duff, member for 13 months. Doula. Okay, so where are we at? We have our extruders in. Now, I'm going to need some fancy dancy stuff now, because I got to put some jumpers on here. Because I need to do jumpers for sensorless homing, if I'm not mistaken. So, instruction manual for the Pico. So sensorless homing, these jump caps are connected to corresponding axis shown. If you select this function, you cannot use external end stop. So for my X and Y motors, I need to put jumpers on. So that's my extruder. So that gets a jumper. And then this gets a jumper. There we go. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, and if you want to run some LEDs, you can plug them in there. And then same with the probe. If you're running one of the fancy probes that need like your like 24 volts, you can plug it directly in. It actually, you don't need the BAT85 diode with this one. But since we are using a Vinda, which is 5 volts, we just plug it into a regular end stop and call it a day. Tim, hello there, Tim. Okay. So now we can put the Pi on and plug that in, I guess. So because it's probably gonna be easier if I just kind of do it first, I'll plug it in first. Because this is getting really tight. Okay. And then that screw goes there, this one goes there. This goes in like that. And there we go. So that is all now wired up. So there is our wiring for the Pico on this guy. And you can't see because it focuses on the top. Rah. Trying to get you the best view of it. But yeah, that's a nice, pretty compact. I'll take picture. Don't worry, guys. I'll take pictures of everything. I'll put on my Twitter. So make sure you're following me on Twitter at 3DPNero. A bot. Be gone, bot report. Be gone. There you go. So yeah. So that is that. So let me just see here. Let me grab a 5015. Ugh. Yar. So yeah, I got plenty of room to put this on anywhere really for a fan. Yeah. So, you guys want to give it some juice? See what happens? So we did test everything prior. So we know the power supply works and we know everything plugged up to it works. So as long as I didn't wire in anything backwards, we should be good to go to give this thing some power. So grab an extension cable here. Why do I have a 12-foot extension cable? I do not need a 12-foot extension cable. There we go, that'll work. This is sufficiently beefy. Jason R, $5. How's it going? It is going good. Warning, risk of shock. Okay. Non-risk of shock one. Why would I use one that says risk of shock? Puff the magic smoke. No smoke. No smoke. How do you even find a Pi Zero these days? Okay, so I have right now, in terms of Pis, I got a Pi 4. I've got 2 Pi Zeros, 2 Pi Zero 2s, including the one in here. So I only have one free Pi Zero 2 right now, and a Pi Pico. The reason I have 2 Pi Zero 2s is literally the day they came out and were available to purchase, I purchased 2 of them, one from different vendors, because they were only allowing you to purchase one per vendor. So I ordered 2, each one from a separate vendor, and paid separate shipping. It sucked, but that's how I got 2 of them, and now they're out of stock. So basically, buy it the day they come out and hope they you can get one. Okay, so plug it in. There we go. Give you the best view. So hopefully we don't get some sparks. And if you do get sparks, clip it and ship it. Okay. Wait. As is tradition. As is tradition. Before we turn on the power. Get a little JP. Please don't blow up. Cheers. I'd be more devastated of losing a Pi than anything. Fire extinguisher, yes. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. So we should see a green LED pop up once Clipper is loaded. There we go, the NeoPixel. So we are connected. This thing actually has a NeoPixel on the controller. So I have it set that once Clipper is fully loaded, and it like reads the configs, part of that is it shows a green LED. So that means it's booted. So overhead, you can see the lights. So screen, Pico, and it should connect. Hopefully. don't even know if this is the right IP. Let me connect to my router. Mainsail, copy. Are you what I'm looking for? Paste and go. I think this is it. Is this it? Yeah, Clipper RP 2020. Yeah, okay, this is it. Yeah. Yeah, so we are, okay, let me close that. I don't need you seeing my home network. Delete. Let me rename it, edit, and this is VMinion. What were we gonna call this thing again? I can't remember. I had a name for it last week and I can't remember. So yeah, we are connected. So there we go. We got a RP 2040. There we go, our temperatures. And we got temps, so we got 26 degrees. So we might have fan spin, because this has a default config on it. This has the generic RP 2040 config. I don't know if it's a config for GPIO. Yeah, do we have fan spin? Because I don't even have an error. Like, do we have fan spin? It's blue. Look at this, look at this. Oh, it's blue. Off. There we go. Kevin? Kevin's here. What? Kevin? Where's Kevin? Where's Kevin? Did I? Kevin, where's Kevin? I don't see Kevin. Where's Kevin? Everyone's saying Kevin. I can't see Kevin. Where's Kevin at? Oh, Kevin was the minion. Yeah, yeah. Try humming. I don't have sensorless. Okay, so I did a video a little while ago on how to do how to flash, or on the SKR Pico itself, and part of that is I flashed it. So one, I have the wrong fan running. This is I gotta swap the two pins around, or I probably called out wrong actually. How's the air? That is kind of poopy for airflow. I can't hear shit. This thing's quiet. But I don't think this fan is pushing a lot of air. So this fan is probably crap. Honestly, the only reason I bought this fan is because it's blue. This fan is super quiet and it's probably pushing crap air. So, yeah. But it is the right fan. Yeah, it is the right fan because the LEDs. Yeah. So. Quiet bad, yeah. So yeah, so this actually has Clipper installed on it already, but the config is like just a generic config. So I don't even know. I've never set up sensorless on a machine. So I can stepper buzz it. Let me what is stepper buzz? Yeah, stepper buzz, stepper motor X, yeah. So let me see if I even get movement out of this. So we're gonna try and move the X, so that would be that. Okay, so let me bring this down a bit. Recommendations for an inductive probe that isn't Super Pinda. Got a cheap one. The Omron knockoffs off AliExpress are okay. That's what I use a lot of now. Okay, so stepper buzz, stepper X. So this should move. Yeah. It's going the wrong way though. It should move in the positive direction. When you do a stepper buzz in Clipper, it should move in the positive direction and then the negative direction. Okay. So it's moving backwards. Okay. That's not a huge issue. We got movement. We can fix that. All it is one addition. Okay. Now for the bed. Let's do the bed. Why? Okay, we got movement. We're good. And then X would be the whole gantry, so, or Z. Yeah. It's alive. Huzzah. Nero end stop pin, virtual end stop. That's all it is. It's just add that virtual end stop. Okay, so machine, printer config. Enable Microsoft end stop pin. That's it. And then it would just be Y for common outline 7. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, because it's already there. Oh shoot, it's already set up. Dirt. Okay, so let me. Yeah, let me. I've never even looked at this config. I literally just slapped it in here and gave it a dummy thermistor just for the video. Or not even a dummy thermistor. Okay, so yeah, so that. And then I got a direction. I got to go the opposite direction on X and Y. So save and restart. And then I gotta go the other direction too. So I need to home to max, and I want to go to max or min. Yeah, I want to go to min and max. Yeah, okay. Why aren't you connecting? Clipper firmware restart. Does not want to boot. I got my green light. Let me do a hard restart. Sometimes it needs a little assistance. Might need to online homing retract 0. Okay. Put driver SGT in config. What is that? Because whatever I'm doing right now, I'm going to undo it all. Because we're just doing this to get it... unable to parse rotation distance. What? What do you mean unable to parse rotation distance? I never played with rotation distance. It's right there. It's 40. Save and restart. Unable to parse rotation distance, section stepper X. TMC virtual end step required diag pin config. Do I need to... What am I doing here? Yeah, let me see what else is in this config. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty basic config. Line 21. Oh, diag pin. There we go. And then number driver. Yeah, I don't know what this line is here. What is this line here, guys? Does anyone know? Line 22. I've never played with sensorless. I've never even looked at sensorless with Clipper before. Yeah, line 21 and 2. Okay, yeah, so we'll... So this is the sensor. This is the sensitivity. Okay. Okay, so that's a sensor resistance. Okay, so I guess we'll leave it at 100 for now. Homing end stop. Where's homing speed? So end stop position max, so 180. 180. Position end stop 0. So on my x-axis, I want position end stop to be 180. So I want it to home to max there and home to min 0. So it goes to the front. Because I haven't set up the back yet. Yeah, so save and restart. So do I YOLO it and hit a button and see what happens? So let's do x-axis first and hand on. Actually, let's go here. Bring that over here. Okay, so home X, I guess. Okay, home Y. Okay. Z. Oh, I gotta set up my Z. So, let me see here. Because actually, I gotta turn this off. So, fun fact, just to be safe, anytime you turn off your printer and you're running like Clipper, shut it down and then turn it off. That way you don't accidentally corrupt your SD card. Because I gotta play around with the my fan here. Because this was something I was... One, I gotta make sure this end stop works. I gotta make sure that the pin actually triggers. Very uneventful. I know it works. Yeah, Zed. My wiring, I gotta play with the wiring here because the wiring's actually pushing the fan duct down so that my fan duct hits the bed before my nozzle, which isn't good. So I gotta fix that. Okay, drop you down. I'm not a fan of these style of ducts, like the big like swooping duct. I've never been a huge fan of them. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, like the fact that it touches, like, I don't know. It's not sitting right. It's everything, like the duct is hitting. I think there's different versions of this duct. So I need to print like a higher one, I think. I got to reprint the duct. Yeah. Okay. So plug this in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got to reprint this duct. That's okay. Let's print it in carbon fiber. I still have some carbon fiber nylon I need to finish off. What's the duct? It's whatever the EVA duct is, the default one, which I think sits too low. Oh, it triggered. Okay. Okay, there's a light in there. Okay, so I definitely gotta drop my probe. The probe is a little, it's not activated. So bring you up, bring you over, unscrew you. I'm probably just gonna take the whole thing off. There we go. Wrong way. Yeah, that might work. Actually, no, because okay, so yeah, we're good. Okay, so the nozzle hits. I'm still above. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Back here. Yeah. So, refresh. So machine end stops. So right now my Z end stop is open. And then triggered. Okay. So go to printer config. Stepper Z. Yeah, virtual end stop. So we got a probe, but we're not using, where's the probe? Controller fan, probe. Where's my probe at? Because there's a probe pin. Where's my probe? There's Z virtual end stop. And there's a probe section. Where's the probe section? Filament smart section, fan, heater fan, controller fan. Where's fan? Probe. Probe. Oh, there we go. Okay. Pin GPIO 25. So it shouldn't be GPIO 25. We are using GPIO. Oh, it is 25. Yeah, so it is 25. So Z is that. Okay, so we're good there. Where am I at? Where am I at? So is that. Okay, so save, restart. Offset 0. So we're just going to leave it Z0 for now. Okay, so we're good there. Oh, I forgot to set my safe home position. Machine. Home. Where is safe home? Do I have... Are there any issues with clipper fluid? No, they just had a new update. Okay, I need to add safe home. So, when in doubt, copy. Firmware. Pico. Home. Safe set home. There we go. Copy paste. So extruder, where's the probe? Probe, okay. Put it under the probes. Boom, boom. Safe set home position. And we're gonna home at, it's, what is it? It's an 80. 80. There we go. Save, restart. There we go. So now it'll home in the middle of the bed. I should be able to do a full homing cycle now. So you go there. Let me bring it up to roughly the midway point. And we should be able to do a full home now. Okay. So, get out of the way, camera. Are there any issues? Oh, no, we already see that. So, before I do this, you know, why not? If you haven't had the chance yet, make sure you've liked that smash button, because, you know, it's done a lot of work over the years for various YouTube channels, and it deserves its own like. So make sure you like that smash button. While you're down there, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you correct that deficiency. I don't think it's a common one, but there are those that are suffering from that, so you can go ahead and resolve that issue now. And ring the bell, because, you know, we have a printer that might be functional right now, so you might as well ring that bell, because, you know, cheers for bells. And then yeah, and if you want to help support the content I create, the things I do, I have links in the description. Consider becoming a member of the channel, Patreon, however you wish to do that. Okay, YOLO. YOLO. X end stop still triggered after retract. Okay, so that was this value here. So somebody was saying they were using 55 for their ender, so we'll go with 55. Because it's saying still, so it's a little too sensitive, I think. So let's try this again. You know, worse things could have happened. Worse things could have happened. YOLO. Okay, that's a little too aggressive. Okay. Huzzah! Okay, so that 55 was a little too rough. So let's go up to 75 maybe? You could hear it, it was going thunk. Oop, no. Let's try 75. Is it just homing to 0? On which axis? Printer config. Yeah, let's home to 0 on X. 0. And uncomment line 55. Which one's 55? Virtual end stop. What? Why would I turn off? What? Line 55. That's that. Go back to line 1. What? That's stepper X. And line 55 is in Z. Oh, set homing retract distance to 0 so you don't get and stuff. Okay. So homing retract distance. Where is that at? It's not even set. Homing retract distance 0. Okay. Save, restart. There we go. Overhead, no, not overhead, desktop. There we go. There we go. It's still doing the thunk. So let me try 100 again. Because it wasn't doing the thunk at 100. Sensorless requires a P0. Okay. There we go. Booyah. So technically, I think I can print right now if I really wanted to. Let me move up a bit. Okay, that is not 75 millimeters. So our Z motion is a little off by quite a bit. And then let me make sure that we get some heat. So, actually, no, before I do that, take a fig. Yeah, that's why. Pins. So heater fan is that, and controller fan. So I need to swap that. So this one would be 18, and this one would be 17. Save and restart. Okay. Those are 0.9s. These aren't 0.9s. These are all 1.8s. These are all 1.8 motors. I'm not using 0.9s. So now, part fan. Ooh, that is all. Wow, that duct blows a lot of air. Okay. And then extruder. So let's turn the heat up to 40. And there we go. We got our little fan that sucks. Oh, my lead screw setting is definitely off. I know my lead screw setting is off. This fan is very quiet, which means it probably sucks. Clipper state shutdown. Heater not heating at expected rate. Well, because it's not PID tuned. That's why. But it was heating up. So it was heating up. So we got that. Oh, wait. Yeah. Wait, did I try to heat up the bed? I tried to heat up the bed. Okay, let me try to heat up the extruder. Extruder, why aren't you heating up, extruder? Why is the bed heating up when I turn the extruder on? 0. Do they have it backwards? Did I wire it up backwards? Heater and heater bed. I did. I did wire that up backwards. Heater bed is the middle. Heater hot end is the outside. Okay, I gotta swap those two around. Kill the power. I wired up my bed and my hot end backwards. That's no bueno. Easy fix. Oh, it's not the pins, it's the MOSFETs. And the MOSFET for the bed is bigger than the MOSFET for the hot end. So I want to make sure I have it in the right one because I don't want to blow anything. Although, are they the same? Yeah, I forgot that safe shutdown. I was more concerned with frying something. Okay, so is... Do they use the same FET? Is there a way to tell? I'm assuming the bed heater has a bigger FET. Okay, easy fix. Just swap the pins. FETs are on the back. Yeah. Let me see if... SKR Pico. Not that. Pico. And if they use the same FET, I'm just going to leave it. But if they're different FETs, which I'm assuming they are... Got no pictures of the back of your board, guys. Where did I do the video about it? Yeah, there's my video. Yes, I'm watching my own video. Okay. Where is the back of it? There's the back. Okay, so are both FETs the same? No, those are different. Those are different. Okay. Yeah, I gotta swap them. I gotta swap them. No biggie. No biggie. Are they the same? Like, I guess I could just look at the diagram. But different numbers. That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to accidentally fry it. That's what I'm worried about. Hardware. Schematic. PDF. Raspberry Pi, flash, thermistor, end stops, fan, bed heater, extruder heater. I can't see shit. Circuit guys, tell me if these are the same. R64, R65. Oh yeah, no, those are different numbers. Those are different numbers. Nope, not, yeah, not risking it. Swapping them. They are different, yep. Last thing you want to do is accidentally fry it. Do not want to fry the brand new built printer. That would be bad. No, I put them in backwards. Like, I literally had, pin. I had this is hot end heater, and this is heater bed. I had bed here and heater there, because I was reading it upside down, because I have the board 180 to this. So I was just looking at it backwards. So. It's okay. Little oopsie doopsie. It happens. I'm not concerned. Nothing got broke. Nothing got damaged. We're good. We're all good. 2-second fix. we go. There we go. Okay. Part back up. Easy peasy. Nero strikes me as the Bob Ross. Did you catch the stream where I painted? I did a whole stream where I painted, and we painted a little. I didn't paint. I don't think I painted the Bob Ross. No, I didn't. But I do have. I do have a little Mr. Happy Trees, Bob Ross. It's a Chaos Core Tech model. We'll put him on the shelf. I don't know where I'm going to put him on the shelf. I'm running out of room on my shelf. Go next to Bender. There we go. What amount of infill? Okay, for the rep racks, I printed them with a 0.8 nozzle, and I printed them 2 walls, but alternating a third wall every other layer. So in my slicer, I have it set that every other layer it adds a third wall, or it adds an extra wall. So it's 2-3 walls, and 25% infill cubic, and then 4 top, 4 bottom, I think. And they came out to, for 1 panel, the mount, and then the 2 U-shaped pieces. So essentially like 1/2 of what you would need for a single shelf. It came out to, I think, 120 grams of filament. Okay, so we're connected back up. So let's home all. So, what is VMinion? I gotta figure this out, because that's getting annoying. VMinion. So, project page, bill of materials. It's a T84. Okay, so Z. So rotation distance is 4. It's 4 millimeters per full turn. 16 microsteps. Yep. Save restart. I did paint as Bob Ross. I did put the wig on, which actually I could probably pull it off a bit better now because I have the bushier beard. Okay, so let's see, 25. Ooh. So that's 50 millimeters, yeah. Wow, that Z is not going that fast. Okay, machine, predict config, Z. Home speed 12, position max, 180, and Z max speed. I gotta turn down my Z max. It's a little too high for this, I think. Printer, that, max at velocity 25. Let's go down to 15. Oh. Too much burr, yeah. There we go. There's a lot of wobble on that lead screw I gotta play with. Okay. And that's about 50. Okay, we're good there. So what was I trying to do? Oh yeah, the bed. Okay, so heater for the hot end, 50. There we go. turning off the noise canceling. There is no noise canceling on right now. Okay? There is no noise canceling. Can you hear this? I don't think that fan's doing anything. Now, don't get me wrong. Quiet fan is good, but usually you want your fan that's keeping your hot end from melting everything to be a little louder. I literally bought these fans as a meme. Like, I bought these fans. They were cheap on Amazon. They're HK Wantat DC fan, hydraulic bearing, 24 volt. They're like literally just cheapy fans. I bought them just for the meme that I have a blue LED in the tool head. All I hear is my tetanus. Ooh. So yeah, so the hot end is that. Screen. Bed. Let's get the bed heated. Get the bed going to 50. It's cool because you can see all the LEDs going. So that's cool. So yeah, so I got to figure out how to get a cover over that. So I'm thinking slide it over. Yeah, everything's heating up pretty good. Yep, bed's getting warm. Well, if it was earlier in the night, if I wasn't going to be ending stream in 10 minutes, I would say YOLO, let's get a prank going. But I think we'll do that next stream. So for the next 10 minutes, open floor, if anyone wants to go over anything. Yeah, max power. Oh, for the fan. Ooh, and my lights are flickering. So stepper Z, fan. There is no limit on the fan, so it's going all out. So the max power is probably max. Check the extruder. I'll do that when I'm doing the tuning because I got to make sure it's going the right direction and everything. But we will get a Nero cube going next stream, and then that is a crap ton of air. I don't have a runout sensor and a webcam either. Yeah, I don't know how the spool holder works with this thing, so let me grab a spool of filament. Like, I don't know how this spool holder, like how this is supposed to work. Because I got, you know, here's my spool of filament. I put it in, okay. How does it feed in? Like, does it just go, bleh? Like, am I supposed to have a little piece up top? Like, is there... I figured there would be a little feeder too, but it just... This is it. And I think that's how it shows it too. Like, this is it. That's just how it be. That's just how it do. So, I don't know. Reverse... Oh yeah, I'll probably have a little piece up top just to kind of guide it. But it's just kind of... You'd think there'd be a little holder tab or something. I just like the fact it works. Actually, which way is it wobbling? Is it wobbling front to back? it's wobbling all over the place. Yeah, I'll make it work. I like that ZXL. Yeah, you can see it ramp up and slow down. It's cool. Some Jesse PLA. I actually have room on my shelf for pretty much all my filaments now. It's nice. So much room for activities. I've got a connector here already. I just gotta adjust it. I just gotta move some stuff around to get it all good. But yeah, what are we running right now? Let me update. Are there updates? Machine. Oh, yeah, I gotta update everything. Okay, update. Update clipper. Might as well do all the updates while we're waiting. Considering the small SB, this, what do you mean, stealth burner? Oh no, I'm waiting for the official, because there will be an official one. So I'm not using some random mod that's calling it a mini SD. Again, I'm gonna go back to my. I've said this before on stream. If you are creating something for an already existing ecosystem, please do not name it after something already in the ecosystem. Okay. So, for example, if you were working on a mod of Voron 2.4, and you did a bunch of mods, please do not call it Voron 2.5. Okay? Please don't do that. Conversely, if you are working on a hotend for a little hotend, please don't call it mini stealth burner. Okay? Because there already is a stealth burner in the ecosystem by the team, and odds are there's a mini stealth burner in the works. So if you create your own mini stealth burner, you're just confusing people. You can create one, but think of your own name. Please don't, like, because it just confuses people. Because now you have people pop up in chat going, hey, I need help with my mini stealth burner. And we're like, what? There is no mini stealth burner. There's a stealth burner, and then the afterburner, the mini afterburner. What's a mini stealth burner? So. Put a clear garbage can and print ABS. I'll just put a garbage bag on it. You guys want to do some ABS printing? We're going to do some ABS printing. Okay, go. We're ABS ready, guys. The work in progress already discontinued. Yeah, figured. I remember that Reddit post. Yeah, somebody put out a, hey guys, here's my V2.5, and it was a 2.4 with just a bunch of random little tweaks. And I don't even think they built the printer, and they were calling it a 2.5. It's like, don't, you're just confusing people. You can go ahead and do it. Just give it its own name. But cheers for the $10, Dustin. Productive stream. This was a productive stream. I'm really happy how clean that wiring turned out. Like, I'm really happy how clean that wiring turned out. So. Then update mainsail. With the Revo, do you think it responds fast enough to use something like Ellis's profile to adjust temp with line type? It's the Revo is the fastest hot end in terms of how quick it can change temperatures. Like in terms of, it has the flattest temp curve I've seen in terms of like keeping a flat temperature, and the fastest heat up time. And it's low mass, so it would have low a low cooldown, or fast cooldown time too. What the heck? Okay, I updated Clipper and now I'm getting all this stuff. What? It's all up to date. What the heck? Pull kit warning detected. See. Okay, how to resolve. Okay. The heck? Open. Yes. Raspberry. Okay, Dustin, member for 12 months. I really like the Eva. It's a great tool head. Looking forward to hearing what you think. I haven't printed with it yet, but I will say, putting it together, I know the goal of it was to make a light tool head. I really wish they would have made it heavier and made it a little bit stronger. There are several times when I was putting this together, I felt I was going to break things. I wish there was a little bit more beef to it. But that's just me. I'm used to, you know, having, you know, printer parts where I can, you know, and it's still functional. Whereas that, I literally snap pieces for this, like trying to screw them together and just holding them. So yeah, it you know, printing will probably be fine, but just putting it together, also a lot of parts. A lot of parts. So, and printability is fine, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to think how to make it simpler, because it's a lot of parts and a lot of captive hex nuts, which I did the mod that had heat sets, and even then it's like there's a lot of screws and there's a lot to this little hot end for, yeah, so you can have flexibility. I know. Oh, they switched from pseudo command. Oh, okay. Like, I haven't used it for printing yet. That's the thing. And here's the thing, like, I print a lot of structural stuff. Does it work? Yes. Okay, it's good. Okay, so yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the stream there. I don't know, we'll hang out for a bit while I clean up. I'm just happy this works. Yay. I mean, technically I could throw something in and print. I could technically throw something in and print right now, but I'm not going to. I'd have to set up the extruder still for E-steps and everything. And I'm doing that on a video, so. The Eva mod reminded me how tedious it is to be a hero with enders. Yeah. Stealth burner's a lot thicker. Yeah. Show us the dragon. What dragon? Oh, the Sky Serpent? What, this guy? This is what I was printing on Trident for the past, it was 58 hours. It finished 2 days ago. So yeah, 58 hours. It prints flat like this with the wings folded up. And then when you're done printing, you fold the wings down and then you pivot them. So it's all kind of... And it glows in the dark, which I tried showing. I was on Discord video last night, and I was like, "Hey, look at this glow in the dark thing!" And I turned off all the lights, but the problem is the monitors are on, so you can't see the glow in the dark. But I got pictures of it on my Twitter, so follow me on Twitter at 3dpnero. Yeah, it's 4 feet. It's approximately 4 feet long, and this is scaled 176% on the Trident, which is a 350 bed. So, yeah, it's big. This is Sparta 3D glow-in-the-dark filament. And then I also have a, I did this in the same filament, a Cubone skull, ornate Cubone skull by Chelsea of Chaos Cortec. This was also on the Trident with the Raptor hot end. So, yes, you need a hardened nozzle. So the Raptor has a hardened nozzle. At least I'm pretty sure. Sanity, you sent me hardened nozzles. I hope I have. I'm pretty sure that's a hardened nozzle. Yeah, it's PLA. Yeah, this is the second one. The first one I printed It's in the bottom of the garbage there. But the tail, one piece popped off, and I tried gluing it down, and it ended up another piece popped off, and then it was like a wrecking ball, and it just kept taking parts out. So put it in the cure station. Oh yeah, let me try it. Put it in the cure station. Cure. Start. Oh, that looks cool. It's not hardened nozzle. It's copper plate with DLC coating. Okay. Well, I just put a kilogram of PLA through it, or glow in the dark. So hopefully the DLC works. Well, DLC is supposed to. Yeah, we'll see. Let me take that nozzle out. God dang it. I will say this stuff kept breaking on me. DLC can be hit and miss. Well, I'll take it out. See what we got. Oh, man. I will say, though, the fact that they don't have it's a groove mount, and I don't have a way of actually holding it, it's kind of annoying, but... Oh, it looks fine. Yeah, nozzle looks fine. I have another nozzle, I think. Oh man, where did I... That's all Revo stuff. Where'd I had a little bin of all this stuff, and I don't know where I put it all. I don't know where I put the spare nozzles for this thing. That's all Revo stuff. I'll send you a new one. I have 0.8. Yeah, I have a 0.8. I don't know where I put it. I used it, and then I put it somewhere, and I can't remember where I put it. No, that's all Revo stuff. Why do I got so much Revo stuff? Like, I'm not complaining, but... I think I have it on my front shelf here somewhere. Yeah, it'll turn up. It's somewhere. I'll send you a new one. Oh, thank you, Sanity. Actually, did you message me? I think you messaged me. I saw something when I was out, and then I was gonna read it when I got home, and then I forgot. And then because I looked at it quickly when I was out, it got like flagged as red. Ooh. That I didn't cross-thread that. Oh, that's why it's kind of gummy. I will say their threading feels a little gummy. Like they need to, I don't know. Like not galling. Like it doesn't feel like it's galling, but it oh. Yep. I don't know. It is what it is. Hopefully the DLC coating held up. What slicer settings did I have to one? It didn't jam the nozzle. One part just popped off the bed, and then because it was moving around, filament stuck to it, and then just became like a wrecking ball. You're working on it better. Otherwise, like I do like that hot end. It's working fine, but I think it falls into the category of it works fine. Like that's the problem we're getting to in 3D printing, I think. Everything just kind of works. Like there's a big difference between, you know, cheap shit that don't work, cheap shit that kind of works okay for the money, and then you spend a bit of money and everything just kind of works. And you're looking at like percentages or a fraction of performance differences. So Gotta go, good stream. Thank you. Yeah, we're calling the stream here. So yeah, so cheers to all who joined the stream. This was fun. We got the VMinion is alive. It does the thing when I push the button. It's got sensorless homing. The wiring's done. I just need to put a little box on it, so I'm gonna have to reprint the whole bloody thing. But I think I'm gonna be lazy and leave everything wired up and just kind of transplant them out. So yeah, so for anyone who donated during the stream or became a member of the channel, you guys are awesome. You help support the content I create and the things I do. I would not be able to do it without you. I want to give a shout out to RatRig for sending me the mechanical kit for the VMinion. I don't think I've shouted them out that often, but links in the description if you want to get one of these. I think they have mechanical kits back in stock. I don't think they have full kits, but they do have mechanical kits. Last I checked. The Dragon, yeah, the Dragon's UV. So is the this guy. Although the problem is, if I turn off the lights, it ain't gonna work because I have the cameras on and the monitors on. So I turn off all my lights, it ain't gonna matter. Turn off, because I got the monitors on and the monitors are bright, but I don't know. You can kind of see it glows in the dark. Ooh, spooky. Actually, one second. Let me turn my monitors off. Okay. I don't know. Here's this guy. Actually, he doesn't glow that much. The dragon, though, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Hopefully, I'm still logged in because I logged out of Windows and you guys can still... Here's the dragon. I don't know if it's showing up good on camera, but here it is. I don't know. Let me see if I can get back to my computer now. I don't know. Can you guys still see me? Okay. Turn my lights back on. Actually, you go to night mode. See, I have the cameras on a spark plug, but I don't have the lights. That looks cool. Okay. Need more RGBs. Oh yeah, all the printers, because they all got everything. This has a nice amount of green to it. That's cool. You can see it just fine. Nice. Okay, I'll have to go and watch the stream. Or I'll have to go watch that one part to see how it turned out. So yeah, so anyways, thank you all for joining me for the stream today. I will see you on Tuesday for the continuation of the V2 build. We'll be working under the hood, installing all the electronics. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, ring the bell so you don't miss that. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at 3DPNeuro. That's where I post all my updates and if I'm going to be streaming or not and whatnot. I'm going to see if I can get a guest for the Friday stream. If not, we might be playing around with this on Friday. And I might start the Micron early. I don't know. We'll see how things go. So be safe out there. Enjoy, or correction. How do I end it? Oh yeah, I ended it like that. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands and cheers.